Have you ever noticed that when you try to help someone, people tend to fall into one of two categories? There's the person who's just wound way too tight, and you have to say, whoa, take a breath, relax. This is going to be okay. It's not the end of the world. And then there's the type of person that you say, look, man, you're too loose. You got to pull it together, tighten things up here, man. Let's take some action and get things done. Well, this is the type of thing that I want you to keep in mind, because I'm going to talk today about restraining orders, and when you deliver restraining orders as a process server, or if in the course of an investigation, a background check, you come across a restraining order on your subject. Hi, this is Larry Kaye with ShadowAnyone.com. I'm the creator of the Investigator's Ultimate Guide series, which is premium private investigator training from someone who's been there and done that. That's the case, as always. Been there, done that. You know my story. My first job when I got out of the military was as a part-time security guard. I put on that polyester shirt and cheap tin badge. I went around and tugged on doorknobs to make sure they were locked. I went from there to state licensed private investigator, owning and running my own agency for 9 years. That's how you pay the mortgage and the cars, the groceries, the whole 9 yards. I've done it. You can do it too. I'm going to share with you a little bit more information. Every week I give you something that can kind of move you forward or notch you up if you're already in this industry. And today, talking about restraining orders. Now, as a process server, you will deliver restraining orders, and probably a lot of restraining orders. The fact of the matter is, if you're working for family law attorneys like I recommend and I talk about in my book, How to Make Money as a Private Investigator, which is also an excellent resource for process servers. But I talk about you're working for family law firms, and there's a lot of divorces and there's a lot of child custody things. And it's almost a pro forma thing. It's almost a rubber stamp thing that there's going to be a restraining order in there. And I don't mean that that's just a rubber stamp that attorneys do to get an advantage, like accusing the other spouse of some kind of problem to try to make them look bad. I'm sure there's some of that goes on, and it's not something that the courts, I'm not suggesting they rubber stamp it. I think they try to look at each case individually. But regardless, whether it's necessary or not, restraining orders will frequently be in a pack that you have to serve. So when you're going to serve a person, again, there's two things. Do you tighten up or do you loosen up about this thing? My thing to you is, don't freak out if there's a restraining order in the pack you have to serve. It happens a lot. So I just don't sweat it. On the other hand, don't be too casual about these things either. Don't take for granted that you serve a lot of these, or this is your 100th one you've served and nothing ever happens. Every case is unique. Every case is individual. The clients that I've worked for have always been kind enough to give me a heads up. Hey, this guy, he's a problem. Or, watch this one. This one is very unpredictable. So if you have that relationship with the law firm that you work for, it's good that they give you a little bit of heads up for that. Take the precautions that you think you need to take. If you feel like you need to wear body armor on that one, then wear body armor. Again, I'm a concealable body armor type of guy. No one even has to know you have it on. Let people know that you're going there, where you're going. Let them know when you're clear. You can record on your phone. Heck, you could kind of even, I guess, technology-wise, discreetly live stream, maybe a private thing to someone you trust who can keep an eye on you. So, don't freak out that you got a restraining order, but don't drop your guard either. If you're a private investigator and doing a background check on someone, and you're going, like I teach in my public records mini course and so much, go down to the courthouse, pull the files. But if in those files, in a divorce file or something, you find a restraining order, I guarantee you that's something your client is going to be very interested in, because they always read poorly, because the questions that are asked in order to get a restraining order, the person who's requesting the order is going to answer in the affirmative. So, do you believe this person might be a threat to you? Yes. Do you might be a physical threat to you? Yes. Do you believe they might come on your property to be a problem? Those types of questions are what goes into restraining orders. And so the restraining order reads, if you've not read through one before, it kind of reads with the don't come around this person, don't be around their work, don't be around their home, or whatever variation the judge thinks is appropriate. So there's about restraining orders. Don't let them freak you out. but don't drop your guard. If you have any questions about it, let me know. I'd be happy to answer all that I can. In the meantime, this is Larry Kaye with ShadowAnyone.com. Remember, do the right thing, even if it's the hard thing.